you doing? It's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. It has been quite a while since I have been live, and look at this new filter that I've found. They've created new filters while I've been away. I thought this one was really pretty. I know I'm a little bit hazy at the moment, but isn't that a cool filter? So I'll just change it so you can see me properly. Let's just bear with me here. Let's see if there's anything new that I can put around me. Oh, not really. What about just some flowers to go with my view? No, that's a little bit distracting. What about some love hearts? The fact that I'm back on live with you. That'll do. Happy with that. Oh, and I can see comments. That's awesome. Hi, Rob. How are you? Hey, Anita. How you going? The last 3 lives I've done, I've not been able to see any comments. So I'm really excited that that's rectified itself. I hope the other thing that doesn't happen, a couple of people have told me that my volume has gone in and out while I've been on a Facebook Live. Clearly I need a new, I'm just gonna check that the volume is up. Clearly I need a new mobile phone, so I'll do something about that this week. But it's awesome to be back on live. For any of you that are on live or watching the replay, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from. I have been away. I'm back on home soil, back in Australia. I can't necessarily say I've fully adjusted to being back in Australia. I'm waking up, I've only been here for 2 nights, and I just keep waking up at about 3:30 in the morning, and I'm wide awake. So I think it's going to take a little while for the jet lag to sort of go, but that's fine. If you've not jumped on live with me before, my name is Helen from HelenMartinOnline.com, and what I do is help home-based business owners bring their business online, learn how to market themselves online through social media branding, how do you find leads, lead generation, video marketing, those kind of things. But I'm also very passionate about personal development and mindset, because really the success that we have in life and even in our business really comes down to us and what's going on in between here. You know, it's really valuable what you think, what you believe. You know, do you believe in yourself, or do you worry about too much what other people are thinking, those kind of things. So once a week I jump on and I do like a personal development mindset topic. So a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago it might be now, I started talking about the 5 traps of self-doubt. We all have self-doubt, do we not? Those of you that are on with me live, I'm sure, you know, do you agree? Just comment the word yes down below if you agree that we all have some level of self-doubt along the way. So there's 5 sort of hidden traps to self-doubt, if you like, and I've been moving through those. So before I went away, for those of you that are not aware, I've just been to Orlando for some special training. I got invited over there by my mentors, and we did, you know, personal development, you know, that kind of thing to a really high level, which helps me really help mainly the people that I coach and the people in my private Facebook group, really help them shift through their blocks and, you know, help people to work through their own stuff to be as successful as they possibly could be. Because we all have stuff that we need to work through, correct? I think you'd agree with me there. So I just want to recap, for those of you that have not heard me talk about these 5, you know, traps to self-doubt, I just want to list what they are. So one is hesitating, and I went through that in detail. So if you're hesitating, if you procrastinate, those kind of things, how do you move through that? How do you shift through that? And so I did a Facebook Live a couple of weeks ago, moving, you know, sort of through how to shift through hesitating, taking more action. Number 2 is hiding. So that's what I'm going to go into depth about today. So are you hiding? Now what I mean by that, are you not taking, hey Kelly, how are you? Are you not taking action when you know you need to? Are you not speaking up when you know you need to? Are you in those situations where you know you want to talk to somebody about your business, but you just don't get there and you don't do it, like you're shying away and you're hiding away from that? So these are traits of hiding. Now, this is one of the 5 elements of self-doubt and how it's going to show up in your life. So if you're sort of hiding and hesitating about growing your business or talking to people about your business, then this is what we're going to go into depth about today. So the other ones, which are going to follow in the next few weeks, are you hypercritical of yourself? Do you put yourself down? This mainly comes from past experiences. So if you haven't been successful in the past, maybe you don't think you can be now. So you're super hypercritical of yourself, that kind of thing. The 4th one is helplessness. So, you just feel helpless in situations. You feel like you can't step up and do what you need to do to get where you need to go, or you can't take the actions you need to take to get where you need to go. So that's number 4. And the 5th one that I'll talk about is anxiety. Are you anxious about things in your life? Are you anxious about your business? Do you not know how to grow it and it's stopping you in your tracks? Do you get really overwhelmed with life? Do you have little anxiety attacks, or, you panic about things, or you're not sleeping at night because you're worried about certain things? Anxiety comes from worry. So that's the 5th one that I'm going to go through. But today we're concentrating on hiding. And why I keep looking down is because I've got my notes to make sure I keep myself on track. So hiding presents itself. Yes, geez, I'm always feeling helpless and very anxious. You're not alone, Kelly. All of us at various times feel, helpless or anxious. And these things that I'm going through now, when I go through them and I give you tips to move through them, it doesn't mean you're never going to feel it again. It doesn't mean you're suddenly going to, live life to its fullest and be really successful. These things will keep presenting themselves in your life, but what you are able to do, and this is what I am learning, to do for myself, is when you feel things. So you feel like you're not good enough. You're worried about something. You're overthinking something. You're thinking, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can be successful. I don't know if this is going to work. The key to it is that's probably always going to creep in at various times, in your life, during the day, the week, whatever it is. The key is to moving past it quicker. So things are going to jump in. Like there's definitely moments. I had it while I was overseas just recently in Orlando, thinking, why am I in this room? Why did I get invited to this training? Am I good enough to be here? So these things are always going to creep in. The trick is shifting it quickly. And it's like, okay, that I know that, but I'm better than that. And yes, I have been invited here and I am good enough to be here. I've just got to step into that. And so you can shift through things really quickly. That's when you get the ability to do that, that's when you're going to move forward. That's when you're going to make big shifts in your life and be more successful in your life, because you're going to have the tools and the way of thinking to move you past these areas of doubt, self-doubt. And, self-doubt is really, it's a decision not to try. It's a decision not to move forward. And that is going to hold you back in life, in all areas probably in your life. If you're finding you're doing it as a person, you'll be doing it in your business, and vice versa. If you're holding yourself back in your business, you'll probably be finding that you're holding yourself back in life. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, just drop the number 1 below, that you're sort of resonating with what I'm saying here. So hiding is the number 2 trigger for self-doubt. So hiding really presents itself when you're triggered by fear. So that might be fear of not being good enough, fear of what other people are going to think, fear of, you're not worthy enough, you're not good enough. And how this presents itself is really in retreating. You hide away from doing the things that you need to do. So where this presents itself in business, it might be you want to do something, you know how you should be doing something, you know what actions you need to take, you know what you want to say, and you're not saying it. You're not doing it. You're not taking the action that you know you need to take. So this presents itself in that you're hiding away. You're really retreating and you're not doing the things that you know you need to do. That's how hiding shows its way into your life, in this area of self-doubt that will hold you back. It'll hold you back from being successful. It'll hold you back from being the person that you are here to be in its full capacity, because you're hiding away. So these are the things that we need to fix. So this would, actual reality for this might be is that you want to talk to some prospects and you're not. You know you need to call some people and you're not picking up the phone. Maybe you're building your business online and you know you need to do Facebook Lives, but you're not doing them. So you're stopping yourself from doing the things that you know that you should be doing. And how this also presents itself is that you're being really self-critical. So you're measuring yourself against people in, might be the same business as you, or your peers, or your friends around you, what they look like, what they're doing. Are they successful? Are they not? How do you measure up to those people? Maybe if you are building your business or building your business online, you're measuring yourself against your peers in what they're doing, and you don't think you're good enough. When you don't think you're good enough, you retreat, you hide away, and it just stops you in your tracks. So this is a really dangerous place to be with moving yourself forward as an individual, as a person, to get what they want out of life, and as to really growing your business. Does this make sense? If you're hearing this message, just let me know. Drop the number 2 down below that you're understanding what I'm trying to get across here. I think that's really easy to do. What's really easy to do, Rob? You've lost me in conversation now. Can you elaborate on what you meant by that comment? So here's the problem with hiding away. Okay, number 2. Thanks, Rob. Here's the problem is you are the problem as much as you are the solution. So what I mean by that is every time you hide away, every time you shy away from doing the things you know you should be doing and that you want to do and you're not doing, sorry, fighting against my battery there, you're actually validating your worst fears. You're validating your biggest nightmares. So what I mean by that is every time you hide away and shy away from what it is that you're meant to be doing, you're actually validating that you're not worthy. You're actually validating that you're not good enough. So you're accentuating the problem by continuing to hide, by continuing to not do the things that you know you should be doing. On the reverse side of that, you can be a huge part of the solution, because your actions can actually validate reality in who you actually are and the greatness that you can bring to yourself and the world and the people around you and what you have to offer. So your actions can validate one or the other. So where you want to bring yourself in reality is not validate your worst nightmares, is to validate reality. Now just to explain that a little bit, is you are often none of the things that you think you are. So you think you're not worthy. You think you're not as good enough as that, as good as that person or that person. You fear that you don't have enough self-confidence to talk to that person, or what are they going to think of you, or what are they going to say, or what's their impression of you going to be. So by continuing to hide and retreat is only validating that for you, that you're not worthy, you're not confident. So you're stepping into your worst nightmares. That's the last thing you want to do. So how do we overcome this? This is probably what you all want to know. Send me some likes and loves if you want to actually know how to move past the hiding. The most important thing to hear is that you have to close the gap. So you have to close the gap between the fear. Remember, hiding comes from fear. It's fear-driven. Fear of the unknown. Fear of what people are going to say. Fear of what people are going to think about you. That's what you're worried about. Now, I want to go back to something that I've reiterated in the last couple of videos on this topic, is your brain is inherently here to protect you from fear. So your whole physiology, your whole brain and makeup is there to stop you feeling fear. So when you are hiding, when you are retreating, your brain is doing exactly what it's meant to do, because anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, anything that heightens that fear of what people are going to say, fear of rejection, fear, all those things related to fear, your brain is made up to protect you from that fear. That's the number one thing you need to get, because the only way you can overcome all of these 5 areas of self-doubt is to know that, for one, and to train your brain otherwise. Because you are put on this planet to be protected from fear. Your brain is there to protect you from fear. So if you really think about that and understand that, your life is consciously made up for you to hide, unless you think differently, unless you train your brain to think differently. So what we need to do is close the gap to the fear. You need to close that gap to rejection. So you have enough confidence and you step into your own, that the rejection is not something you feel here, it's out there. And it's just, okay, they're not suited to my business. They're not the person that was right for my business, and that's okay. It is not a reflection on you. What other people choose to do or choose not to do has got nothing to do with you. I hope you understand that. Please send me some likes and loves if you truly understand that. So you need to close that gap to fear, and realize your brain is made up to protect you from fear. So your brain is made up to help you hide. And you can be a big part of the problem here, because if you don't train your brain to do otherwise, you're just going to reinforce all your fears and you are going to continue to hide. Kelly, I'm working on it. We're always working on it, Kelly. You're never going to not have fear, ever, in your life. Once everybody knows that and understands that, we'll all be better off for it, because you're always going to feel fear. The thing is not to own the fear. The thing is to realize, okay, I know that my mind is there to protect me from fear, and I have to train my brain otherwise so I don't let fear rule my life. Majority of people walking around on this planet, fear rules their life. And it stops them from being who they really want to be. It stops them from being a beautiful, magnificent, happy person that we are born to be. And it stops us from being successful in our businesses. So, let's close that gap. What do we need to do to stop hiding? And realize that you can fuel the problem. Every time you hide, you are reinforcing your worst fears. Stepping out of your comfort zone is scary. Absolutely, Rob, 100% scary. But where's success? Where is success? Success is on the other side of your comfort zone, and that's why more people fail than they succeed, because no one's willing to get out of their comfort zone. Getting on a Facebook Live is getting out of your comfort zone. Approaching people that you're scared to approach, that's getting out of your comfort zone. But you know what's important is knowing that it's worth the risk. You are worth the risk. So the 3 things that are going to help you break through hiding, okay? Number 1, I never follow my notes. I write them, but I never follow them. Number 1, acknowledge, why are you hiding? What is it that you are hiding from? What is the fear behind it? Is it the fear that you're not good enough? Is it the fear that, you think you're not worthy? Is it the fear that, I haven't had success yet, so who's going to listen to me? What's the fear behind it? Acknowledge why you're hiding. Acknowledge why you're not stepping into your own. Acknowledge what it is that is holding you back. Without acknowledgement, you have no ability to break through this. So you really have to think and put conscious thought, why am I hiding? What is holding me back? And have a great level of awareness of that. You can't change anything you're not aware of. If you're not aware of it, how the hell are you going to change it? So you've got to acknowledge, what am I hiding from? What am I not doing that I know I need to do? So that's step one. What's the reasons behind it? What are you fearful of? And work that out. Once you work that out, you know what you need to work on. So maybe it's, well, I'm not confident. I haven't been successful in the past, or I'm not as good as these other people in the business. So how can I, have the confidence to talk? Like, what is it that you're hiding from? Work that out and then go to work on that. So if you know you lack confidence, go to work on your confidence. If you know that you don't think you're worthy, work out why. And then I would challenge you. This is number 2. Let me get the words right. Make a decision that the world needs you. Make a decision to try. I don't like that wording, actually. Don't try, just do. When people say they're going to try, they invariably don't. So scrap that. Make a decision to step into your own and recognize your greatness. Every single one of you. Hey, Angela, how are you today? Great to see you on live. Every single one of you has awesome qualities about you. So what is it? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you giving? Are you, do you just want to help people? What is it that is really good about you? And make a decision to step into that and own that and not let fear overrule that. Remember, you're always going to feel fear. Your brain is trained to protect you from fear. So unless you step into this and make a decision to realize your good qualities, you're going to sit in fear. And you're going to keep hiding away from what it is you need to do to get where you need to go. So what are your good qualities? Step into that and make a decision that you were put on this planet to make a difference. You were put on this planet to do good things and help other people, or whatever it is that you want to do. Make a decision to own it. Own that. And start stepping into that in small ways. If you know from your awareness, from step 1, that you are lacking certain things, number 2, you've just made a decision to step into your own, realize the good things that you have to offer. So go to work on the things that you recognized from step 1 that you lack in. So number 2, you are stepping into your greatness and making a decision that you are worth it. Nobody else pays your bills. Nobody else makes you happy. You are the only person that can make you happy. You are the only person that can go to work on your business to earn yourself the money that you are striving for to have the life that you want to live. Own that. And I'll say again, I'm going to keep reinforcing this. Your brain is made up to protect you from fear. What is it going to do to protect you from fear? Stop you from doing things that make you uncomfortable. So the only way you're really going to be great, the only way you are going to break through all these areas of self-doubt is making a conscious decision that you are worth it and you are great. And you deserve better things in your life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to earn more money. You deserve to make a difference in the world to other people. So step into that, own it, make a decision, and run with it. Oops. Now I'm really fighting against my battery. I need to wind this up. Number 3, work out in line with number 2. What do you stand for? What are your good qualities? Remember that, because fear is always going to overcome that. Fear is always going to make you feel that you're not worthy. Fear is always going to make you feel inept. So, number 2, you've made a decision to step into your own and your good qualities. So number 3, what are they? What are they? And start making baby steps of stepping into that. Retrain your brain to know that you are worthy. Retrain your brain to step into your greatness, because fear is always going to be there. Just recognize that's part of life. So number two is making the stand, making a decision to step into your own. And number 3 is figuring out what you actually stand for. Okay, I want to help people. I want to help people. You know, if you're in a home-based business, what do your products stand for? Maybe it's health and wellness or whatever. Make that stand. You want to help people get healthier, or you want to help people generate a side income so they have more choices in life. What is it that you stand for and you want to help people with? Recognize your good qualities and share that in small ways. You know what happens when you do that? Is you create new habits. When you create new habits, you have the ability, create new habits consistently, I will add. Has to be consistent. You will make small shifts in your life and that becomes your new normal. So your new normal is stepping into your greatness and doing small things. You've got an awareness. I know that my mind is actually always going to protect me from fear. It's always going to hold me back. So unless I retrain my brain, that's where I'm always going to sit. So I am good. I am worthy. I've got a lot to give. I am a caring, loving, generous, helpful, beautiful person that's been put on this planet to do bigger things. Step into that, own it, and make small steps in living that. Not just thinking it, sitting back, yeah, I'm a good person. That won't do it for you. You have to own it, be consistent with it. When you do those small things consistently, then you will end up changing the way you think. When you retrain your brain to overcome this fear that probably right now overcomes you in reality, so you're not doing the things you know you need to do, which is only holding you back. What kind of life is that? Nicole, you're awesome. Thanks, hun. I appreciate that. Does this make sense? Am I just rambling, or are you really hearing my message here? Why I get so passionate about this is because I see it over and over again. It's not the skill level that you need to know in growing your business, online or offline. Like, I don't care if you're building your business a traditional way or you're building your business online. Skills can be learnt, but what's always going to hold you back is you and the way that you think and what you believe and your self-doubt. So if that's a really big issue for you in any one of these 5 ways, I'll just reiterate them. Do you hesitate doing things? Are you hiding? This is what today's topic is about. Number 2 out of the 5, hiding. Are you super hypercritical of yourself? Do you put yourself down when you really don't need to? It's not reality, but you do it anyway. Or do you feel helpless in certain situations? Or the worst one of all, are you really anxious? Do you lay awake at night worrying about how you're going to grow your business, or where is the next dollar coming from, or how the hell you're going to achieve what you want to achieve? This is self-doubt all over. The way it shows up in your life is that it stops you from doing things. When you are stopped in your tracks from doing things, you'll never get to where you want to go. So we've got to retrain our brain to think otherwise, to overcome those 5 areas so you can step into your own and be the person that you were put on this planet to be, and do great things, earn great money, and have choices in life for you. I hope that makes sense. I'm so passionate about this stuff. You can probably tell. And, you know, going to Orlando this week, I've really missed going live. I don't know if anyone's missed me, but I love going live, and I love your interaction on my live. So thank you for anybody that's commenting in. Kelly, I appreciate all you do. Thank you. And I thank you for showing up and listening. What I learned in Orlando is this stuff all over at a much deeper level. And, you know, I look forward to sharing that, you know, particularly those of you in my private Facebook group, sharing some of those things that I can help you shift, because it's just so important. But I want to thank you, you know, any of you that are on live, or any of you that catch the replay, I want to thank you for listening. Send me some likes and loves if that resonated with you today. Next week so the rest of the week we'll be back to business again. I only talk about this stuff once a week. Next week I'll be going on to the 3rd one, which was, what was the 3rd one? Hypercritical. Are you super hypercritical of yourself? And if you are, that's what I'm going to talk about this time next week. Tomorrow, I've got something really special. I'm interviewing one of my mentors tomorrow. So I'm going to bring her on live with me and I'm going to interview her. We're going to talk about, you know, the difference between online and offline marketing, the purpose of branding, you know, all sorts of stuff business related. So it's really exciting. So, you know, this time tomorrow I'll be doing that interview. So please join me or catch the replay on that. It's going to be awesome. Nicole, thank you, so good. You hit the nail on the head. Awesome. I'm glad that that message resonated with you, Nicole, and thank you for listening in, Nicole. I really appreciate it. So have an awesome rest of the day, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be even more adjusted with my jet lag and I won't be so tired, but I look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you can jump on then for that interview. So I'll see you then. Bye.